Nathan Turner did not have corona BS. Queensland Health confirms after miner's death prompted widespread testing in Blackwater. Queensland Health has confirmed further tests show 30-year-old Nathan Turner did not have corona BS before he died last week. They had previously stated the man returned a positive test after his death, which prompted the setup of fever clinics and deployment of contract tracers to the central Queensland town of Blackwater. An autopsy report shows the Emerald man, who had underlying health issues, tested negative to BS-19, and his cause of death is yet to be established. This takes the Queensland death toll down to 6 from the previous 7. How can they get this so wrong? Mr. Turner, who had complex medical conditions, was found dead in his home last week. In a statement, Queensland Chief Health Officer Jeanette Young said the coroner was yet to determine Mr. Turner's cause of death. But hang on, you determined he died from BS-19, and you added it to the statistics as the 7th death. Make your mind up. Do you just make up names willy-nilly and add them to your death list? Or do you actually do some, coroner's work, autopsies to determine how this person actually died? Doesn't seem like it. On May 27, a post-mortem test on the man from Blackwater returned positive. So he returned positive, did he? For BS-19, and his partner confirmed he had been unwell with flu-like symptoms for a number of weeks. On that basis, Queensland Health established a rapid public health response, including quarantining and testing close contacts, expanding BS-19 testing in Blackwater, and talking to the community as it would expect us to do. So a lot of people were affected with this BS because they determined this guy died from BS-19. The coroner tonight advised that further tests have returned negative for BS-19. So, how can they say you tested positive for BS-19, then you test negative for BS-19? It just proves the testing is absolute garbology. So, why are they doing this? Why say he had BS-19 and died from BS-19, then changing their mind? Were they busted? Were they busted? Is that why? Two tests were conducted after his death, with both a positive and a negative result. The second result was deemed to have been contaminated. That's their excuse. It was contaminated. Oh, come on, give me a break. Contaminated. What's that shit about? It's a farce. It is a complete and utter farce. So let's just go back a few days. We have this horrid Premier of Queensland coming out in the lawn with supposedly the Health Minister to tell the world that we have the youngest statistic death of a BS-19 in Australia in the last, 5.5 months. A 30-year-old. They need a press conference to tell the world that a 30-year-old died in his sleep. But we've just read it. It was all bullshit. No COVID-19. Sorry. So why do they come out for a press conference? Well, why don't they do a press conference for every single person that dies from cancer, from leukemia, from pneumonia? No, but we have to have a special conference because this one, we need to tell the world because he's 30 years old. He's very young. He's very young for a person to die from BS-19 because normally you have to be 90. But no, we're going to make out that even younger people can die. But you were busted. You were busted. We're not told why, but you were busted. And you had to come out and change your tune to make out, the testing was contaminated. bullshit contaminated. So let's just hear this horror.
Situation at the moment. Last night there has been one confirmed case in Queensland, and the gentleman is deceased. So we now have 7 deaths, and I want to say to the family of the deceased person, we extend our deepest condolences to your family and friends. The man is from Blackwater in central Queensland. He's a 30-year-old man, and the coroner is investigating the death. He was showing symptoms prior to his death, but also had other illnesses that Dr. Young will talk about. He tested positive at the post-mortem, and his partner is now sick with symptoms, and she has been transferred to the Rockhampton Hospital, where she is being isolated, and further tests are being done.
And if you do research, the partner never tested positive either. So this is a complete balls up. Complete balls up. They stuffed up. They tried to use a guy who died from who knows what. He had a million problems, but none of them were COVID-19 bullshit. So there you are, folks. This was supposedly the 103rd death of BS-19. And this was nearly 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. No one's died since. No one has died. But they still go on with this shit.